So in his turn, he pushes up with the Swordmasters. He just decides it's time to commit, so he pushes up with everything, his bunker included, and an eagle as well. By now, I've picked off a few Swordmasters at long range. So that's a nice overview picture of the battlefield at this point. Still failing to cast spells left, right and centre, which is kind of amusing for me, very annoying for him, but he was a great guy throughout it, took the awful magic dice roll like an absolute champ. So in my turn, I'm not too worried with the Dryads at the top there about the Eagle rear charging me, because I'd get 8 attacks on him, striking first, fours, statistically, long-term averages say I'd kill him outright, or just under, but either way he wouldn't kill enough, probably lose combat, or I could kill him. So I shuffle the Glade Guard back a little bit. I've lost some from the unit on the right from some shooting, keeping both units at short range, and my Tree Spirits here push up again. My aim is to get both units into his White Lions and hopefully not take too many casualties in the Treekin and rip him to shreds before they die. After my shooting phase, this is how many Swordmasters are left. Short range, ballistic skill, strength 4 shooting from Glade Guard into High Elves is horrendous. The only thing that can take it are White Lions because they have power armor, which is very annoying. So yeah, in his turn, he's not quite sure what to do. My unit of Glade Guard at the bottom there has fled, I think from the Swordmasters, because basically I didn't have much of a choice. I wanted an extra turn of shooting him. They were the closer one. My big unit is far enough away, and also I ran far enough that I was out of the Eagle's line of sight, so he can't charge me off the table, which is nice. And his White Lions fail a charge against my big spirits. So yeah, he decides not to redirect with them because basically redirecting into the big unit of Glade Guard would give me a free turn of shooting at them. So he thought, well, they're going to die to my shooting anyway. Why let me do it in his turn? Which is, fair enough. So in my turn, I double charge the Treeman and Treekin. The Treekin are whittled down to 3 models from some magic here. In his phase. Not much else happens in his phase. So I charge them in. I try to get into the arch with the Dryads. They're a bit too far away. Fail charge, so hopefully I'll get them next turn. The Glade Guard shuffle around a bit. So the big unit are able to take out the... Well, they turn to shoot at the Swordmaster at the top there. My other unit of Glade Guard, my last one, is actually got into this battle at last. Some bad deployment from me at the start, but they're finally ready to do some damage. Yeah, because he's got some eagles ready to cause some problems here. Now, after combat, this is what that looks like. So the Treeman took 2 wounds, stubborn on an 8, ran away. Meh. And the Treekin lost 5 wounds, and yeah, I took a few of them down. They're down to 20 odd models, but not enough. But my Treekin hold. But so annoying. If the Treeman could have stayed, I could have, especially the way I was there on the corner, I wasn't taking that many attacks. I was still getting all of mine in. It would have been brilliant, but I mean, it's what happens, right? It's only, I think, an 80% chance of passing a stubborn 8 test. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. So you do fail them. In my experience, if you don't have a BSB there, Treemen just don't stick around. And in my shooting phase, what had happened is I took off one of the eagles, and the other one I don't really mind as much, because if it charges into anything, if it charges into one of the small blocks, I can stand and shoot it. If it stands into the big one, I'm going to be steadfast, and I have enough attacks into it that I can probably take it off. So he shuffles around a bit in his turn, not much happens, and in my turn I finally get my Dryads into this mage bunker. As you can see, the other unit of Dryads has finally got rid of the stuff in the building and is coming up and round him. And in the magic phase, I pushed up the mage that I'm slightly closer to his stuff, and in the magic phase I was actually able to get off a dwellers below onto his unit of swordmasters, white lions, and take off half the unit, which is awesome. Which means there's only 8 of them left. I have 36 shots at short range, strength 4, hitting on 3s on him this turn. You'd think that would be enough. Because I think this is my last turn, so the last turn of the game. And in my shooting phase, my 2 smaller units of Grey Guard are able to take off those 2 eagles. One of them is already down to 1 wound, so the small unit takes care of that one, and the one that is the 12 Glade Guard there take off the other one. Yeah, that's right, this must be the last turn, otherwise I would not have given the flank of my big bunker to his bunker. As you can see there, my Dryads have sandwiched the mage unit, which is a nice little fight for me there. And oh, well, that's my last picture. So 36 shots at short range into those white lions, and 2 survive. That is so annoying, because they had the Banner of Sorcery. That unit is worth 450 points. Those being held by 2 models. So annoying. So that ended with a 10-10 draw for me. Well, for us. For an elf off, meh, but the Book of Hoeth with that amount of light magic. Oh yeah, he managed to take off my second tree man at some point. Didn't really matter, really. The coward that he is. So yeah, a 10-10. I was okay with that. It meant that, you know, I was in the mid-tables going into day 2. It's not the worst way to do it, which meant that I'm not up against stupid, silly armies, and I could push for a good finish and hopefully top Wood Elf. So yeah, I mean, Tom's such a nice guy. I'd play him again anytime. He took all the bad luck in the world with his magic caster right on the chin. We're having a laugh throughout this game. So Tom, if you ever get round to watching this, you know, I'll play you anytime, mate. Anyway, on to game 4.